Hi, this is Mato. In this video I will show a very instructive Slav defense game. This is the game between Yannick Pelletier and Erwin that was played in Germany in 2006. White started with d4. Black played d5, c4, c6, knight to f3, knight to f6, knight to c3, pawn takes pawn, and we have Slav defense. a4, that is preventing b5 pawn push, bishop to f5, e3, e6, bishop takes on c4, bishop to b4, pinning knight, white castled kingside, knight from b to d7, and queen to e2. That is a very popular move, and perhaps this is the best move. There are other moves that white can play in this position. Another very popular move is knight to h4, attacking bishop. But we are going to have a look into queen to b3. If queen to b3 attacking bishop, black has a5, and after knight to a2, bishop would go to e7, and now if queen takes on b7, this would lead to a draw, because queen can't escape. If you think that queen can take on c6 to avoid draw, you are right. Then black is winning. Okay, in our game queen to e2 was played, and now castling would be very natural and good move. Bishop to g6 was played, and you will see why. e4, castling is still okay, but black decided to win that pawn on e4, and that is why he played bishop to g6. Now he captured knight, that is removing the defender of the pawn. Pawn takes pawn, knight takes on e4, very ambitious, and black is a pawn up. What is the cost? The cost is difficult game. Bishop to a3, and black can't castle kingside. Black played queen to c7, thinking about castling queenside and also protecting pawn on b7. But let's go back. As you can see, knight can take that pawn on c3. What will happen then? If knight takes on c3, then queen to b2, attacking knight and pawn on b7. And after knight takes on a4, black is 3 pawns up. Is that good for black? Well, let's have a look. Queen to b3 is attacking knight. Now knight to b6, and white has a crushing attack in this position, starting with bishop takes on a6. Now black would have hard time in all variations. Now I'm going to choose just one to show you what is going on. If pawn takes bishop, then queen takes on a6, check, and checkmate. Okay, that's why black didn't capture that pawn. He played queen to c7. Rook from f to e1. I was looking into another game in the database, and in that game Karpov, who had white pieces, played rook from f to c1. Hubner castled, and after a long fight, game ended up in a draw. So in our game we have a rook from f to e1. And now black decided to capture that pawn on c3. It looks safe now because queen is protecting b7, so black captured, and black is 2 pawns up. Queen to b2 doesn't work anymore because pawn is protected. So queen to e3 was played, and now knight is under attack, and surely that black was looking into this move, knight to d5. He played knight to e4. what will happen if knight goes to d5? Looks like a nice square. In that case, white would capture knight, and after pawn takes on d5, knight to g5, threat is even taking pawn on e6. And of course, castling is out of question, because then black would lose his queen. So it will be difficult game for black. So in this position, knight to e4 was played, knight to e5, knight takes knight, pawn takes knight, and black was surely thinking about capturing that pawn on e5, but he played queen to b6. He wanted to exchange queens. We would like to know what will happen if queen takes. If queen takes on e5, black would be 3 pawns up. Then bishop to d3, and now knight can move, it's pinned. After f5, bishop takes, pawn takes, rook from a to d1, and black can't castle. King side, no queen side. He would have very difficult game, 3 pawns up. But black thought it's not worth it, so he played queen to b6. Of course, white didn't want to exchange queens. Queen to f4, and now this was opportunity for black to castle queenside. But now white captured knight and has 2 pieces for his rook. Queen to d4. Black wants to exchange queens to make his life easier. Now queen takes queen, rook takes on d4, attacking bishop. Rook to c1, defending. b6, black is planning c5 to block the bishop out, but bishop, like Indiana Jones, at the last moment jumped into d6. King to b7, king to f1, a6, so king is centralized, b5, and bishop to b3. Of course, taking that pawn on b5 is only helping black, because now black can even play rook to a8. So bishop to b3 was played. Rook to d8. If bishop was not on d6, rooks would be connected and very powerful. But this is not the case because of the bishop. King to e3, attacking rook, and black captured bishop on d6. Pawn takes, rook takes, and white played a5. And now material is equal, and this is very interesting battle. Now black has 3 pawns for a bishop, and what is better, 3 pawns or bishop? Well, let's have a look what happened in this game. King to c7. Black wants to improve position of his king, and also he wants to bring rook to c5 to support pawn push. f4, rook to d8, bishop to d1, king to d6, bishop to f3, rook to c8, king to d4, c5, check, king to c3. Black has 2 passed pawns. Rook to c7, check, king to e7, g4, h6, h4, g6, rook to d2, and c4 is a committal move. It allows white king to come to b4, and if black rook moves off the file, then king would come to c5, b6, and attack the base of the pawn chain. Rook to d1, rook to c5, king attacks rook, rook to c7, king to c3, rook to c5. Maybe both players were thinking about drawing this position, but then white decided that bishop is stronger than 3 pawns and he wants to win. f5, pawn takes pawn, black captured towards the center, bishop to f3, king to f6, h5, and now rook to g7. That is very risky move. It allows king to come to c5, c3, rook to c1, check, bishop to c6, b4. White can't capture pawn on b4 because rook takes bishop, but white played king to b6, attacking rook, rook to c8, king to b7, attacking rook, rook to d8. White captured pawn on a6, rook to b8. Black is thinking about b3, b2 and promoting pawn to queen. Bishop to b7 and rook to d8, bishop to c6, rook to b8, bishop to b7, rook to d8. In this position, draw was agreed. What I think happened is that white was running out of time, losing on time, and he agreed to a draw, because in this position white has a winning move. If you wish, you can pause this video and you can try to find the winning move that white could have played in this position. What did you find? Are you ready? Move is king to b5, attacking pawn on b4. If rook attacks bishop, then a6, protecting bishop, white would win both pawns, and then he would promote pawn on a6 to queen, and white would win. Now we'll go to that move number 10, when black decided to capture pawn on e4. Of course, he first captured knight. Is it worth it or not? Black had very hard game. And that is all. I hope that you enjoyed watching this video. I wish you good luck with your chess, and bye for now.